Picture this: 1,000 trucks, absolutely loaded. The stolen wealth of a continent just gone. Vanished into the Alps as Hitler's empire fell apart. 70 years later, that cold trail of Nazi gold still haunts the mountains. It still claims lives. And the mystery? It's only gotten deeper. A moonless night. High in the Bavarian and Austrian Alps, headlights slice through the darkness, cutting past ancient pines and sheer rock faces. A convoy of unmarked trucks rumbles by. Inside, unimaginable riches. Gold, hard currency, jewels, and priceless works of art, all headed for a destination they'd likely never leave. This wasn't Hollywood. This was the chilling reality of World War II's final months. The estimated value, about 500 billion francs. Try to wrap your head around that. Half in bank deposits, the rest in precious metals, stones, luxury goods, and art, all brutally ripped from Italy, Yugoslavia, Greece, Czechoslovakia, the Soviet Union. The whisper among historians and treasure hunters is grim. The Alps still guard gold, paid for with human lives. First, those who lost everything. Then, those who tried to get it back. How did they get this wealth? Simple. They stole it, systematically. The Nazi regime didn't just conquer nations, it plundered an entire continent. The future Alpine caches were built on a foundation of unprecedented larceny. Gold, currency, jewelry, and paintings were seized from state banks, private collections. Worst of all, they systematically stole from Jewish citizens. Their personal wealth, their family heirlooms, everything funneled into the Reich's coffers. But the plunder didn't stop. Ancient church relics, items of worship, torn from monasteries and cathedrals. Sheer sacrilege, layered onto sheer greed. The Reich's final inventory wasn't just gold bars and diamonds. It included stamp collections worth tens of millions, even narcotics later found in post-war seizures. This wasn't some single mythical Hitler's hoard. This was the condensed, stolen wealth of an entire continent. As the war turned, Nazi leaders got desperate. Their plan: transform the rugged, inaccessible Salzkammergut region and the surrounding Bavarian and Austrian Alps into an Alpine Fortress. The last redoubt of the Third Reich, a colossal safe. This fortified zone sat strategically close to neutral Switzerland, a potential escape route. Its landscape was perfect for hidden caches, ancient castles, dense forests, deep lakes, an intricate network of old mines. Long before the final collapse, Nazi elite families moved here with their personal belongings. And crucially, the Reich stockpiled counterfeit banknotes for most European countries, along with the sophisticated equipment to print them. Imagine a fairy tale castle, serene above a lake. But in its shadowed cellars, a wartime HQ plots. Maps lead to hidden tunnels. Crates hum with printing presses, churning out stacks of freshly forged currency. Spring 1945. The end was coming. As Allied fronts closed in, one last massive convoy, roughly 1,000 trucks, lumbered toward the Alps, loaded with the Reich's most valuable assets, guarded by SS troops. This caravan simply vanished into the mountain passes. Some precious cargoes were later found in mines' hidden chambers, but a staggering amount just disappeared. After the war, during the arrest of one German official, a single list was found detailing just one cache, hundreds of millions in francs and dollars, tens of billions in gold bullion, millions in diamonds, stamps, art, and narcotics. This wasn't a partial recovery. This was a vast, unfillable void. The image of that vanishing caravan, a documentary fact yet an impossible mystery, still haunts the mountains. The Allies did make significant discoveries deep within the Alpine salt mines. In the vast Altaussee mine, treasures worth 100 billion marks were recovered. The Merkers mine yielded around 100 tons of gold. These aren't abstract figures. They're tangible wealth. But beyond the sheer scale, the nature of the loot was staggering. Abandoned tunnels became storage for ecclesiastical treasures, monstrances, chalices, golden vessels, centuries of faith reduced to spoils of war. In those same dark labyrinths, investigators unearthed masterpieces: the Ghent altarpiece, original works by Michelangelo, Dürer engravings, the Rothschild family collection, paintings by Titian, Bruegel, Vermeer. Beside them, the disassembled golden Verdun altarpiece, awaiting a fate it narrowly escaped. Picture it. Damp, salty air echoes in the darkness. A soldier pries open a wooden crate with a crowbar. In the beam of his flashlight, the gold of ancient cups and settings suddenly glints. Beyond the hidden depths of mines, the Nazis used more visible yet equally guarded spots. Neuschwanstein Castle, that iconic fairy tale fortress, became an ironic repository. Here, Allied forces found a unique collection of paintings, meticulously curated from European museums and private collections. But the castle's opulence was just one side of the coin. Ernst Kaltenbrunner, a high-ranking SS official, hid a hoard estimated at 1 billion marks in his villa's garden. His personal contributions to the Alpine caches included boxes of diamonds and precious stones, 50 kilograms of gold bullion, about 2 tons of gold items in 50 crates, 2 million Swiss francs, and a collection of incredibly rare stamps. It was a stark contrast. The grandeur of a castle transformed into a warehouse for looted art, a meticulously manicured garden, concealing buried boxes of gold beneath its serene flower beds. Perhaps the most enigmatic Nazi hiding places of all are the deep, cold mountain lakes. Lake Toplitz in Styria, with its forbidding depths, was a natural safe. Rumors persist of crates of valuables, even specialized equipment dumped into its dark waters. Otto Skorzeny, Hitler's commando, reportedly brought 22 boxes of requisitioned valuables to its shores. The mystery deepens with tales from Lake Altaussee. 2 SS men, on a desperate night in May 1945, are said to have sunk 6 or 7 boxes of pure gold into its icy depths. Nearby, in a mine, 7 boxes of golden church vessels reportedly hid. Some claim the gold in Toplitz came from Rommel's army, brought from Tunisia. Others believe it was from the Reichsbank, entrusted to Skorzeny by Minister of Economy Walter Funk. Imagine the lake's surface at dawn, a perfect, glassy mirror. Below it, in the absolute darkness, lie crates holding wealth equivalent to the budgets of several nations. Not all treasures demanded elaborate engineering. Some were hidden with deceptive simplicity, directly in the earth. Adolf Eichmann, in a chilling post-war confession, claimed 19 billion francs were buried in the alpine meadows of Bla-Alm. Another account describes 2 large suitcases buried in 1945 by SS Chief Sava, hidden in a barnyard in the village of Festeno, near Fusch. General Fabjunka, retreating from the Balkans, brought 20 boxes of gold coins and currency, worth about 5 million marks, plus 4.3 million marks from the army treasury, to Bad Aussee. Local legends abound. Stories of farmers, years later, discreetly unearthing an extra box or suitcase, then choosing silence, fearing intelligence agencies, or worse, the vengeful descendants of the victims. Picture an old farmer tending his land, knowing that beneath a particular clump of grass lies not just rocks, but untold wealth, a secret he would never dare unearth. Beyond mere material wealth, the Alpine caches held symbolic power. Among the treasures were not just gold and jewels, but Christian relics collected by Hitler himself, a spear traditionally identified as the Lance of Longinus, fragments of the Last Supper tablecloth, a tooth of John the Baptist, and other sacred artifacts. Alongside these, monastery and church treasures from Italy, Austria, and Germany. The Alps became a repository not just of material capital, but of the Reich's mythic capital, a strange blend of faith, superstition, and political ambition. Rumors persist. Some of these relics were never found, believed to still reside in sealed tunnels, fueling legends of cursed hordes and Hitler's magical artifacts. Post-war confessions from high-ranking Nazis offered tantalizing glimpses into this hidden wealth. Adolf Eichmann, captured by Israeli intelligence in 1960, infamously admitted burying 19 billion francs in those Alpine meadows, a sum comparable to entire nations' annual budgets at the time. This staggering figure appears in various post-war investigations and reports. Yet, the specific location of this vast hoard has never been confirmed. No documents, no discovery. Such admissions became potent fuel for treasure hunters, lending a chilling authenticity to every whispered rumor, every speculative map. Operations to conceal these vast riches were often overseen by figures like Otto Skorzeny, Hitler's notorious commando. Teams were tasked with security and camouflage in suspected cache areas. But the mystery didn't end with the war. Chilling rumors circulate that in the immediate post-war years, many enthusiasts attempting to independently search for treasures in the Gastein, Salzburg, and Salzkammergut regions met their end under strange circumstances. Avalanches, falls, accidents. Some versions suggest former SS members unofficially watched over certain caches long after the war. Imagine a lone treasure hunter climbing a treacherous pass. A red X marks a spot on the weathered map in his pocket. Behind him, a small tongue of snow begins to detach. A silent, deadly reminder of the price paid for touching this money. American and Soviet intelligence agencies documented numerous caches. Yet, they consistently acknowledged that what was found barely scratched the surface of the estimated stolen wealth. Periodically, new reports of potential hoards surface in the Bavarian Alps or neighboring regions. Amateur historians claim definitive maps. Local media sensationalize new discoveries. Documentaries, books, and articles on Nazi gold regularly reignite interest in these Alpine treasures every few years. The media, in its relentless pursuit of narrative, stitches disparate facts and rumors into a coherent myth, a convenient storyline where a new sensation is always just around the corner. Yes, a significant chunk of the Third Reich's treasures was concentrated in the Alps. And yes, some of it was recovered from mines, lakes, castles, gardens. But researchers broadly agree. A large part of the Reich's treasures has yet to be discovered. An estimate, not a precise figure. The Alps, in this context, are where history and legend blur. Documents sit beside chilling confessions. Tangible caches juxtapose with vanished caravans. Real tragedies merge with the romanticized quest for hidden gold. The mountains stand silent, guarding their secrets. A lone hiker stands on a scenic overlook, admiring the perfect Alpine postcard view. completely unaware that somewhere beneath, in a forgotten tunnel or under a dark lake, crates still lie hidden, their contents having already claimed countless lives.